So this is 1.4, so measuring different angles. So just measuring angles, when we're trying to name angles, you could say angle 1, or you could say angle BAC, or angle CAB. When we are naming angles, we always want the vertex, which is going to be this point here, to sit in the middle. So if we're naming the vertex, if we're trying to find the measure of it, we're going to say the measure of angle A. So, or we could just say angle A or angle 1. Okay, so our vertex is always sitting in the middle, and it's the one that creates that measurement there. Okay, so different types of angles. So an obtuse angle is between 90 and 180. Okay, so it's going to be something that's going to be bigger than 90 but less than 180 degrees, and it is not including 90 and 180. Okay, so this one here is bigger than 90 degrees, but it's not 180 degrees, so this one is obtuse. Okay, a straight angle is going to be a straight line, so it's going to equal 180 degrees exactly. So a straight line is right here, and that's going to be my straight angle. An acute angle is going to be something that is smaller than 90 degrees, so it's going to look like this one. It is anything that is smaller than 90 degrees. So it can be between 1 and 89 degrees. It cannot be 90 degrees. So that means a right angle is going to be this one, which is exactly 90 degrees right here. Congruent angles. So an angle addition postulate, if point B, so this point right here, is in the interior of angle AXC, then the measure of angle AXB plus the measure of angle BXC, is that other one, should equal the gigantic one. So it's going to be kind of like when we were doing lines. If I bring these two angles and if I add them together, it's going to equal my big angle. Okay, an example, if lines P and Q are parallel, which angles must be congruent to the given angle? Okay, so this one is going to be congruent, so we're going to be going what's from across from it, and this one's going to be congruent, and so is this one. Okay, when I'm talking about congruent angles, again, it are two angles that equal the same measure. Okay, and these are going to be vertical angles here. We'll talk more about that later on. Okay, looking at protractors. So let's go ahead and look at this one first. So the measure of angle FDE, so we got FDE. We're going to look at the lower half here because we know that that angle has to be smaller than 90 degrees. So we know that 150 is going to be too big, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it sits in between 30 and 40 here, so we know that our measure is going to be 35 degrees. Okay, angle EDC is right here. So this one's going to be tricky. Okay, let me go ahead. So if I'm starting, it looks like I start here at 35 and then I end here at 100. So I need to figure out what the degrees is in between this. So I'm going to take 100 minus 35 to figure out what that degrees is. Okay, and that's going to be 65 degrees. Okay. So the next one, angle FDA, so we got FDA is this straight line. Okay, whenever we have a straight line, you could see that both ends are 180 degrees. It is 180 degrees. Okay, the next one, angle ADB. We got ADB. Okay, this one's a little tricky. So we know that it is less than 90 degrees, so again, you cannot go with these big numbers here. So that's when we use these top ones. So it goes from 0 to 25 degrees because it's in between 20 and 30, so it is 25 degrees. All right. And the last one, FDB. So we got FDB. Okay, this one looks like it is bigger than 90 degrees, so we know that it has to be bigger than that. So it starts at 0, and it is going all the way to 155 degrees, okay? We know we're not using our top because we know it's not just 30 degrees because it's bigger than 90 degrees. You can see that's bigger than a right angle. So it is 155 degrees. Okay, so now if I wanted to label what's acute, what's obtuse, what's a straight angle, and what is a right angle, okay, so anything less than 90 degrees is acute. So this is acute, that's acute, and that's acute. Anything bigger than 90 degrees is going to be obtuse. Okay, but if it's 90 degrees, it's a right angle. We don't have any right angles. And if it's 180 degrees, it is a straight line. So we have our straight line right there.